So if you're thinking about that island paradise, we highly recommend Belize. However, there are some things that you need to know before you go. So in this week's video, we're gonna go over 7 things that we feel you need to know before traveling to Belize. Let's cue that intro.
What's up YouTube? Trevi from the Adventure Buddies, the modern travel family, bringing you another video filled with tips, tricks, and inspiration to make sure you maximize your next family adventure, like we always do here at the Adventure Buddies.
So the first thing that you need to know before going to Belize is what language do they speak? So to our surprise, the #1 language in Belize is actually English, followed by Spanish, but you will hear a ton of Creole Caribbean dialect. So just know that before you're going in there, everything's gonna be written and spoken in English. So the second thing that you should know about Belize is that this is home to the 2nd largest barrier reef in the entire world. So first is the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, and second is here in Belize. And so this has some great snorkeling and great scuba diving, particularly in the black hole. And so if you're looking to get underwater and explore that world beneath the surface, well, make sure to check out Belize. Speaking of snorkeling and seeing underwater, well, that brings us to number 3. So you should know that Belize is full of a ton of different animals. And so we're talking about all the animals underneath the sea, so from the sharks, the whales, the dolphins, etc. But you're also going to be able to have a ton on land. So you're going to see howler monkeys, toucans, maybe a jaguar, probably not, but they do have those here in the jungle side of Belize. So you've got the aquatic side with all the islands or keys, or you've got the jungle side of Belize. So the 4th thing that you need to know before going to Belize is, when are you gonna go? Well, the best time to go to Belize is during their dry season. So the dry season is between January to May. And so June to December, you're often gonna see the tropical weather. So it's still gonna be beautiful, but you're gonna see more rain more often. And so they can sometimes get 180 inches of rain a year. So just something to consider when booking your travel. So the 5th thing that you need to know before going to Belize is, what type of currency do they have here? So they have the Belize dollar, which is actually pegged to the US dollar. So they will take either or they will take credit cards. So we should note though that cash is king here. So we oftentimes found that some of the credit card readers were down, or they just had a higher transaction fee. So we highly encourage you to bring some cash, whether you change that to their currency or you use your US dollars. The 6th thing that you need to know before going to Belize is that it is typically safe to drink the water here in the country. So however, most of the time though, if you're going to a restaurant or in the hotel, they're going to provide you with filtered bottled water. So just know that going in is that when you do ask for water at a restaurant, etc., they're going to give you a bottle of water, and it isn't free. So if you are interested in drinking the tap water, it is safe, or so we say. We didn't try it, so take that at your own risk, but they do say that the water in Belize is safe to drink. So the 7th thing that we feel you need to know before going to Belize is that if you are traveling with kids under the age of 18 and you're only one out of the 2 parents that are going with them, that if the other parent isn't there with you, the actual Belizean government is going to have a restriction for you that you're going to need to pay attention to. So that parent is going to need a notarized letter of authority from the other parent granting you travel into Belize. If you don't have that documentation, they actually won't even let you get on the plane in the US. They do check that paperwork once you land at Customs and Immigrations at Belize. So this is something that we didn't know until we researched right beforehand, and something that we feel you need to know before going to Belize. So there you guys have it, 7 things that we feel you need to know before going to Belize. And if Belize isn't on your radar, we'll put it on that bucket list now, because we had an absolute tremendous time on our family vacation to Reiki Island in Belize. And so we're gonna get into that in a later video here, so make sure you hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more travel tips or adventures. So I'm Matt from the Adventure Buddies, and remember, life's an adventure. Who you going on with?